Hello, and thank you for watching this November 9th weather update, brought to you by Agrible, the makers of Morning Farm Report. My name is Eric Snodgrass, and I'm a senior atmospheric scientist and co-founder of Agrible. For our viewers out west, this map looks fantastic. Last winter brought record low snowfall amounts and snowpack area for much of the Sierra Nevadas, Cascades, and Western Rockies. The shade of blue that covers parts of California, Nevada, Idaho, and Montana represents winter weather advisories. This map shows the average snow water content for several stations in the west, and the past week's snowfall has put many stations way above average. At the end of last winter, the 4 stations that report in California were in single digits. Now they are reporting 200 to 400% of average. Please remember that this simply means that they are above average for right now, after a large snowfall event. The hope, though, is that with a strong El Niño this winter, this will continue. With harvest across the Corn Belt nearly completed, many are prepping fields for fall and winter. Most of the Corn Belt has only had a few nights of sub-freezing temperatures, and as a result, soil temperatures are still quite warm, especially compared to last year at this time. The map shows how temperatures for the first week of November compare to average. With such warm temperatures, it is important to be careful with fall nitrogen applications. Well, how does this week shape up in terms of temperatures? To start the week, most of the Corn Belt will be a little warmer than average. The big player this week is a strong low-pressure system forecast to pass through the central United States on Wednesday and Thursday. Ahead of this system, temperatures will be warm as southerly winds return warm air to the Corn Belt. But as the system pushes through by Thursday, unsettled weather and cooler temperatures will be felt through the end of the week and weekend. Here's a look at Friday morning's low temperatures. By this time, the low-pressure system has swept through the United States, and colder air, more seasonable for this time of year, gets established in its wake. Looking ahead into next week, a distinctive shift has taken over this November, as cooler air has returned to the west, and warmer than average air takes position in the eastern half of the country. This map shows the probability of being above or below normal for days 8 through 14 next week. Remember, this is a 7-day average. There will likely be another large low-pressure system that drags a cold front through the eastern 2/3 of the country on Monday or Tuesday of next week. So don't let this map make you feel like summer's returning again. Also, remember that this map is compared to average. On average, it's pretty cold this time of year for most of the northern states. Just a reminder, with a strong El Niño brewing in the Central Pacific, warmer winter conditions are forecast for the northern states. This map shows the forecast temperature anomalies for December through February. While the north is forecast to remain a little warmer than average, the south will likely be cooler and wetter. Well, speaking of precipitation, after a very dry September and October in the Corn Belt, regular weather systems have been passing through the United States. This map shows the last 14 days of precipitation, and the rains across the eastern half of the U.S. have gone a long way to eliminate drought threat there. The really good news is all the rainfall and snow that is accumulated in the mountains along the west coast. This animation shows the next 3.5 days of precipitation across the U.S. To start the week, the northwest and southeast corners of the U.S. are dealing with precipitation. Heavy rain in the south has been a repeated story for the last few weeks, but the rain and snow in the northwest are a welcome sight. Starting around Wednesday, though, a vigorous low-pressure system emerges in the Central Plains and deepens quickly. After bringing the next significant round of rain and storms to the central U.S., the air behind the system will cool much of the eastern half of the United States a bit. Total rainfall for this week is shown here. Now, taking a glimpse into next week, this map shows the weather conditions for next Tuesday morning. The forecast models have hinted at the development of a low-pressure system that will track along the Ohio River Valley. At this time, the temperatures might be cold enough on the northern side of this low-pressure system to create some snow. There is a lot of uncertainty in the timing and strength of this system, so we will watch it carefully for you. But we need to be on the lookout for these types of systems now that it is nearly mid-November. Looking much longer term, this map represents the forecast for precipitation anomalies for December through February. This forecast is heavily influenced by El Niño and shows the southern half of the U.S. being wet, especially in California and the southeast, while the northern states in the Midwest and Pacific Northwest are forecast to be drier than average. Just like with any long-range forecast, there is uncertainty. However, This map shows wintertime precipitation anomalies for El Niño events going back to the 1950s. As you look at this map, blur your eyes a little bit and try to pick out the correlations. For strong El Niño events, like those pictured in the top 2 rows of this figure, we can see that 6 out of 8 years had above normal precipitation in California and in the Southeast. The other consistent anomaly is a drier pattern in the Midwest, especially along the mid-Mississippi and Ohio River valleys. I purposefully left these images small so that you could see all of them together, but feel free to pause this video and have a closer look. Well, as always, we at Agrible will bring you the latest and best weather forecast information through our morning farm report so that you can efficiently plan your operations. We thank you for your attention and hope you look forward to our next weather video update. Thank you.